Hey guys, welcome back. This is Jun coming at you. But look at what I have here. These are gorgeous sweet peas from, actually they're imported from Japan. And we get them out here, this time of the year. And look at how beautiful they are. And so when I saw this, there's actually one bundle in here and there's 5 bunches. So, but what I like about it is that it's already arranged for you. So you don't really need to do much. So I'll show you how I put this together. So you start out with a glass container right here, and just get a rubber band. Once you let that loose, you got to keep it in place. You don't take them apart. Just hold it like that because it's already arranged. And you cut it down right here in the pouch. Give it a nice cut, all even, and then make sure you secure the bottom of it with a rubber band so that they don't move around. You secure that in place, and it has a slight fragrance. Look at that, it's just a cloud looking. It's beautiful. So these are beautiful pink sweet peas, and so you just pop it down here. See how beautiful that is by itself? I might need to cut it down a little bit more. So you just adjust it right here. Boom, there we go. That's gonna make it nice. So so there's a flower fluff, right? So what you do is you grab hydrangeas right here. And I like the hydrangeas because since we're not using any floral foam, is let's see, show you. The hydrangea is gonna double up as what's gonna hold it in place and make sure that, you know, it'll make your flower secure in its place so it doesn't have flopped around, especially if you're using a container that has a wider opening. You can also use a thinner, you know, opening base and just a more slimmer kind of version of it and call it a day. But anyways, this one is going to be nice. I'm going to use the hydrangeas here. I will leaf line it later on, but I just wanted to show you how I put this together. So the hydrangeas comes like this, like loose in there. So what I do is just bunch them together. Sometimes I even put rubber band around here to make sure it's really snug and tight. You can do that. Let me just grab a rubber band right here. So just there's different thickness of rubber band. I'm just using the super thin ones, like this. So you just tie it so that it just keeps it in place, and plus, you know, you don't break them off. So just tie them like that. See how nice and tight that is coming from these guys right here to this. It's a more compact. So you kind of like it. It won't hurt the petals if you don't squish it too much. They're very hardy. This type of variety, if it is white, they're a little bit more dainty, or they bruise. But I like to use this South American variety. It's called Esmeralda, and they're very hardy. And as long as you keep on changing the water on these, giving a fresh water every 2 days, so this lasts for about 3 weeks in your container. And so you want to just do these. And then you use alum. Some, you know, when you buy them, sometimes some of them comes with a powder like this. Those are preservatives, and you can use those in the water every time. You don't need to put the whole pouch, just little drops, you know, and it helps, especially with the hydrangeas. And let me see here. Alum, really, they love alum. See that? It's really tight. So now you can kind of like gauge it. Boom. I would say guesstimating it. You cut the stem this long, just in case the water level goes down. You want to ensure that they are at least, you know, here drinking hydrating water. So I'm going to just pre-cut them now, all of them. And you cut them on a slant like this. Number one, they're really pointy, and plus, you know, there's a lot more exposed, and they drink water better that way. Instead of a straight cut, there's a lot more exposed opening like that. See that? Then you want to make sure you cut it. Boom. So what I'm doing here is just I grab 2 of them and do opposite corners of it. So you can just pop it in here. See, it's flopping because, you know, the container opening is huge or large for the flower. So you just pop it in here, and then what you do is you just drop it in at the same time. Mind you, later on I'm gonna leaf line that so you don't see any of these things. Okay, you do one right here. Then one on the opposite side, turn them around, just kind of like set it up, and then you all pop it in. at the same time so that it's always centered. So yeah, again, the hydrangea's purpose is to make it nice and lush around the base of it, plus it holds your flowers in place. So now you just kind of like center it and just pop this down. Boom, boom. And you know, if you add the green, really gives it a nice, fresher kind of, you know, it just really frames whatever color you're using. It just makes it look fresh with the green. You can't go wrong with that. So now you just pop it in here. And this is what's going to secure your flowers in place so you don't have that flop. So now it's all secure, right? And then just really loosely, I'll just leave it alone. I don't want to touch more of these stuff. The only thing I probably would do is to add something right here in the base, around the base of it, to just make it add a little bling. And this is what I decided to do. So these are just water tubes, and I'm going to use beautiful, let's see here, where did I put my orchids here? We got gorgeous orchids, oh, it's right here. These are beautiful Cymbidium orchids. It's always a showstopper, and these are imported from, actually this time of the year we get them from New Zealand. Look at how beautiful that is, huh? Gorgeous. And they come in stems like this, and what you do is you just pop that in there. And then you get the water tubes. I don't have anything. You should just get something to just fill it up with. But let me just add these in here. And I'll show you in a minute when you have that. So you got the water tube. They come in this rubber cap. And because, you know, they have a preset kind of like hole in there, but they're a little tiny. So you can kind of like slit it on one side. So these are more thicker stems, so you want to make sure you fit it in there without breaking the stems. So that's why I slit. So that's what you'll get. So now it's all secured in there. And just make sure that the stems is long enough that it will be at least up to right here as far as so that when the water level goes down. It's the same thing, it's just hydrating. So now this is what you just do right here at the bottom. Again, I'm going to cover this up with leaves. And what you do with these. Just like that. And so you see this flop. So what I'll do is like tie it in place. So while they're hydrating, it's kind of like being trained on how you want it to look. And then you do repeat the same thing on the side. Look at how beautiful that is around the base of it. Just really lush. And then you don't really need to do a lot of green or anything to it. So that's what it is. And so you just cover this with tea leaves. And here we go. It's another color. This is it once you're all propped up. Look at how gorgeous that is, right? And then it has this nice, beautiful texture in the container. So just really a nice textured container. Same thing in the other side. So you have the orchids going on. And that just creates a beautiful display. It's really lush and very simple. But the best part is that it's already arranged for me, so you don't really need to do much of it. So hopefully you guys like that, enjoyed it, and hopefully this inspired you as well. All right, this is Jun signing out, and I'll see you next time. Ta-da!